What is going on, everyone? This is ANCAP24 from Playbook GG, and we're back with the third part of our gun doubles halfback week mini scheme out of the Pittsburgh Steelers playbook. Now, if this is the first time checking out our channel and you want to win more games playing Madden, hit that subscribe button below. Don't forget to also click that bell icon to make sure you never miss any of our videos. So the play that we're going to be looking at on this video is called X Dagger. It's a really nice play that's going to beat all coverages for you. It's going to be another base play, but it's also going to be something that we can tie into yesterday's play where we had the same motion, which is called inside hooks. If you haven't checked out that video yet, make sure you go ahead and do so. It's going to be at the end screen of this video. And what we did is we moved this Y over. Okay, when we did that, what you'll see is that the B actually goes to the right a little bit, making his comeback a little bit more elongated and a little bit more squished against that sideline. That's really going to help us on what we want to do for this play. Then what we're going to do is put the A on an out and the RB on a block. And what you're going to see is, depending on what you see from your defenders, you're going to know what your pre-snap read is. If you saw that the linebacker widened out, that means that they're not in base aligned and he's above the wide receiver against your cover twos. And when that happens, you're going to know that you're going to be able to hit the B or the A underneath, okay? And let me kind of show you what I mean. The B is going to get to the outside of this player, and what you're going to see is he's going to turn around and you're going to be able to throw it to him. That time he got a little bit glitched out. I want to make sure that you see this happens a little bit more in practice mode than it does in the game. As long as he gets to the outside of this player, what's going to end up happening is he's going to be able to kind of stop. The fact that he got up the field so quickly, our guy whiffed on his animation to do the chuck, and he basically got glitched out. Okay, that's not what we're looking for. That's not what I'm going to teach you, that's going to happen each time. It has happened in games, but it's not really something that's going to happen as often. But just look at the way that this comeback turns around and stops. That will get behind your cloud flats. You're going to have some easy success. Now, when we move this guy over, if they're in a base alignment, okay, one, you're going to see that the guys are a little bit deeper, but for those that have a hard time, recognizing that, if you move him over and you see that the defense does not move at all, what you're going to notice on this is that you can smart route this A route and you're going to be able to throw it underneath as well. Okay, so if you just did the normal A on the out, it's going to be working, but you can actually get all the way there because of the way the B gets really elongated down the field. It drives that player down. So when I see that there's no movement, I'm just going to throw it to this player, and you can see that he's going to have an easy catch underneath it, typically about 8 to 10 yards depending on your timing of your throw. So that's what I really like about cover 2, is that you've got a couple different options. Your first option is you can throw it quickly to the A. The second option is that you can wait for the B to get up the field and turn around and throw it to him. And then your third option is, if you see that they're base aligned, you can smart route the A and have a lot of success. Now, if a user is to go to jump to the right side of the field, we already talked about that the X is going to come across the middle of the field. And typically in something like this, you're going to, kind of mimic to where it's like this, to where the user's like, okay, I got to take that guy away. Now you're just waiting for the X to come across the field and, kind of get your yards that way. It's just kind of a 1-2 read. If they vacate the middle, you've got that read. Now, what's nice about this play, this also beats every type of cover 3. So I'm going to start off with cover 3 sky, which is basically your curl flat, your purple zones. You're going to notice that you're going to have the high-low. Basically, if it's something to where the B will be open against every single one of these because the A drives them down. So watch, the A is going to be underneath, and then you can see that the B is going to stop. You're going to throw it to him, and you're going to get yourself an easy catch. The lesser the deep route running, the better on this, because it gets deeper down the field, but you're going to see basically how this is going to work for you. Now, this is going to be your cover 3 on your hard flats, and I'll just go ahead and make sure we show that. And same thing, looking at the A first, see that the guy goes down, wait for the B to do his turn, catch that ball, get yourself out of bounds, get yourself some yards. Really nice for a 2-minute drill because of the way that you're attacking the outside field. Go ahead and look at the cover 3 cloud flats, something that they do a lot less often this year, but it is something that you definitely want to at least know the read. You can throw it to the B, but it does take a lot longer for the guy to jump down. So typically what I do here is I just hit the A. I look at the players, I'm like, okay, the guy's backing up. Let me just hit this A real quick, get my yards, and kind of just get your 5 or 6. It definitely will help you better in the long run if you take that raid rather than trying to wait for the B to get open and then, kind of force yourself into a sack because it takes so long. What you can do as well, I'll just show you one last thing, is that a lot of times when you're going against somebody that, say somebody's taking the X and putting them on a deep blue, and say they're using this player because a lot of times what ends up happening is that when they want the vertical hook on the side of the 3 players, and they're going to user this player. So let me say in that instance, I'll leave the running back on his route, and a lot of times you got a lot of success. Let's say something like this where the guy's going to go into the middle of the field for you. Let me see here. I'm just going to take this B and I'll just put him on a spot just so you can see that the guy goes to the middle, right? If he does something like that, where that guy's the user, the RB is going to block, block, block. Now he's going to go to the outside, and you're going to see that you have a lot of opportunity there to get some extra yards. He kind of got a little bit caught up, but I'm going to show it to you a little bit better this time, where all I'm doing is I'm just simulating that, you know, the player is basically trying his best to, cover the middle of the field with that player, knowing that he's got all his threats to the right. The RB pretends like he's blocking, and then he kind of slips out. And so a lot of times I'll do that. He goes there. Now I'm just throwing it out there. Now you can see that you've got that ability to kind of make a move and get some more yards. Something just to make sure that they have to worry about. If you just do it once, then they can't scream over to the right-hand side, try to stop those plays, because they have to worry about that slip out by the running back. So just something that you can add to your arsenal. These are 3 plays. There's definitely some great plays in this formation that we didn't cover, but it is something to kind of jumpstart if you guys are looking for something at the end of Madden 19 or the beginning of Madden 20. Now, if you like this video, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and make sure you check out these videos below for the most helpful Madden tips. If you're looking to learn from the best players in the world, head over to www.playbook.gg for the most detailed game plans in Madden.